on our campus winding with willows vibrantly green, listening through the seasons for spring. We are building relationships between sports and eating at Greg's Place, between Heslington Hall and as we spotted Longboy by the lake. We are embarking on wisdom, enriching our earth through innovative ideas and teamwork, connecting at the University of York for the public good. From friendliness and excellence in faculty, through undergraduate and postgraduate studies, we are problem solving, gears turning, ears learning. We are yearning to know, to be known, to be better citizens of the places we call home, learning for the public good. We are multidisciplinary, diverse in abilities, ages, nationalities, bringing passion and purpose to our conversations, collaborations in the arts and sciences, maths and psychology, humanities, sociology, engineering, public policy, collaborating for the public good. Working in unity, students and faculty, bus drivers, food servers and maintenance team, chaplains, librarians, and security. Our perspectives and nationalities strengthen us. Our abilities together, beautiful and robust. Teamwork for the public good. Wisdom cries aloud in the streets, and our ideas rise from our seats. Our research pools from the lake, outside of campus through the city gates. Our ideas create businesses, help hospitals, name festivals, innovating for the public good. University of York students, staff, and faculty, in this 60th year of our university, let us remember to relish the adventure of learning each day, to cherish each other's invaluable worth, to care for our inherited earth, sharing our learning throughout the world from our University of York for the public good.
Class of 2023, guests and colleagues, my name is Mary Howarth, and on behalf of the University of York and the alumni community, I'm delighted to welcome you to your conferment and celebration ceremony. I have a few announcements to make before we begin so that you can relax and enjoy the ceremony. Class of 2023, an easy job to start with. Please check that your seat number matches the number on your ticket, because you'll be called to the stage in this order. If you discover that these do not match, our team of stewards can help you to locate the correct seat. At the appropriate time, you'll be invited by the stewards to stand and to make your way to the foot of the stairs, ready to head up the stairs and across the stage. All very straightforward. There are two key things which make for a seamless ceremony. First, as soon as the person ahead of you begins to cross the stage, please make sure you make your way up the stairs. Please don't wait until they've crossed the stage before you reach the top of the stairs. Second, when your name is announced, please walk to the center of the stage and either raise or doff your cap rather than shake hands with the Chancellor. Please do pause, though, for a moment at the spot marked X in the center of the stage for that all-important photo opportunity. Your parchment certificates will be available for collection from the Student Hub from Monday the 24th until Monday the 31st of July. If your certificate is uncollected, we'll post it to the home address we have on record. So please do ensure your home address information on eVision is up to date, and your digital certificate will be made available to you through the digital portal. For the students whose awards have been delayed by the marking and assessment boycott, we'll let you know how to obtain your certificate when we communicate your final outcome. And everyone from the class of 2023 is welcome to have photographs taken by our official photographers in the photography studio in the Spring Lane building. At the end of the ceremony, the class of 2023 are asked to process out of the hall, directed by the stewards. Family and friends, the stewards will show you to the exits once the class has left the hall. If the fire alarm should sound at any point, please remain in your seats. Instructions will be given, and we will escort you to the nearest exit. When students graduate, they become alumni of the University of York, and as an alum, you'll be joining an international community of over 160,000 York alumni in 180 countries. The university's Alumni Association is a vibrant and active global network which offers services and opportunities that are designed to help graduates make connections with other alumni across the world, to support their career development and to provide lifelong learning. York is for life, and we will be there with you every step of the way, particularly as you embark upon this important next chapter. You'll shortly receive an email giving further details of the ways in which you can remain supported, connected, and active in this community of one of the world's greatest universities. Please do follow our alumni social media channels on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and check out the alumni pages on the university website to keep in touch and learn more about life when you become a York graduate. As you get your first job or take up further study or training, please remember to keep us in touch with what you're doing. Understanding the career paths that you will take will help us to provide the support for current students and make sure we continue to offer you relevant information and opportunities. Please remember to join us for your celebratory reception following the ceremony in the exhibition centre, where you'll be able to celebrate your achievement with a complimentary glass of fizz and a selection of refreshments, as well as in your departments where speeches will be given by the academic staff. Finally, can I ask you to please now mute your mobile phones, and if you're comfortably able, would you please now stand?
declare this congregation open for the conferment and celebration of awards. Welcome to you all, and welcome to this celebration ceremony at the University of York. Please be seated. Welcome to you all, to friends, families, supporters of every kind, not only in the auditorium here today, but also watching this ceremony online. Can you hear me now? There's always something, but we're still going to have a fun celebratory day today. My name is Dr. Heather Melville, and I'm the Chancellor of the University, which is an honorary and ceremonial office. This ceremony is a formal moment, a moment in which we mark the collective and individual achievements of this class of 2023. It's also a moment of celebration and joyous informality. Let me tell you, I only became Chancellor in January of this year, so I feel we are really in this together. I hope you're feeling excited, and I hope you're feeling proud. You certainly should be. But I feel it's only right and proper to also acknowledge that many of you have faced a series of disruptions over the course of your study, and that includes disruption over the past few weeks. I know that some of you will be feeling quite frustrated. We all deeply regret that. But I also hope that those affected will be able to stand back and reflect on their achievements, both within and outside the classroom, and their wider time at York. I'm so proud to have been honoured to share this milestone moment in your lives with you, to you and all of your family and supporters who have been on this journey with you. So this must be a ceremony of celebration. I want to hear great whoops and cheers as all of you cross the stage. But perhaps some of you are also a little nervous about coming on stage, but don't worry, we're here to catch you if you trip. I have to say, when I was here in January, I talked about wearing lovely shoes, and I saw some amazing shoes as I was coming up, and so I'm just letting you know I'm feeling much better and my feet are feeling stronger, so I'm joining you on the shoe brigade. I'm new to this community, so I thought I'd give you a brief introduction of what really drives me. Up until recently, I had a very long corporate career in banking and finance. I was also Senior Director at PwC, and most recently as a Senior Managing Director at Teneo Global Consultancy. I've spent a lifetime advising business leaders, enabling them to achieve their goals faster by earning trust, navigating disruption and removing barriers, something which I know you will all have had to do over the last few years. I'm passionate about helping businesses advance and help their diversity and inclusion agenda, to help them find the best talent drawn from a whole range of backgrounds, like many of you in here today. In addition, I am chair of CMI Women, which is a Chartered Management Institute group that focuses predominantly on leadership and management, a tool that you're going to need in your careers if you're going to progress. I'm also patron of Women in Banking and Finance, which again supports female on those sectors to achieve everything they are capable of, and this is something that I'm absolutely passionate about. Throughout my career, I've spent many years supporting entrepreneurs, and now, I've cast aside working inside large corporates, and I've become an entrepreneur myself at the ripe old age of 40 plus. I'll leave you to work out the numbers. I've set up my own consultancy, and I have to tell you that it's exciting, terrifying most of all. It's enormously energising. It's like being given a new lease of life. I'm a Bob Dylan fan, and I've been reflecting on some of his very wise words, and I offer them to you as a guiding principle for your own career paths. You need something new to open up a new door, to show you something you've seen before, but overlooked 100 times before. And who am I to argue with Bob Dylan? I put it to you that you have the opportunity to use your experiences over the past few years to open new doors, reflect on what you have learned about yourself, and identify what drives your own energy and passion. And just remember that you are leaders of your own destiny. For me, I'm using a lifetime of experience to reshape what I do, who I do it with and how I do it, but always with the main aim of making a positive difference. And that includes my role here as Chancellor of this university. I want everyone to feel a visceral sense of belonging the moment they cross our threshold. I want you to retain your affinity with us throughout your extensive alumni support programs, as long after you've left to contribute to your own unique talents to make the world a better place. I'm so excited by working on behalf of an organisation with public good at its heart, one which draws on a rich tradition of social justice and combating inequality. I'm particularly inspired by the inclusive approach that York is taking in respect to encouraging and fostering inclusive leadership and entrepreneurship. The establishment of the university's enterprise works in the heart of the city is an identikit model of supporting startups. Many of you may decide to go that way. Rather, Enterprise Works is identifying and nurturing entrepreneurial talents across all parts of our community to develop business opportunities and, crucially, to drive social change. I am especially proud that Enterprise Works is collaborating intensively with our social enterprise community. Social enterprise is a vital sector spanning multi-million-pound organisations to tiny backstreet community groups, but they all aim to deliver social change. We need a new way of working by bringing major businesses, public sector, education providers and social enterprises together to deliver more inclusive opportunities for everyone. But you all know that we also face profound, wider challenges in relation to equality and diversity. We live in a world of polarisation, combative negative, and in some cases, openly racist narratives that seek to otherwise marginalise minority and vulnerable groups. Here in York, we're taking a very proactive and inspiring approach, inspired by you. First, we're working to understand the nature and scale of the problems by listening. In our case, that has included extensive listening and engagement with existing networks, groups and individuals to understand people's experiences and expectations of the university. A great example of how we've approached this is our student-led Middle Ground initiative, which has helped normalise having difficult conversation and seeks to encourage everyone to consider other people's perspective, as well as providing space where people can share their lived experiences related to very different challenges. Second, we are aiming to transform and inspire people to understand how listening and learning can be transformed into actions and achievements. And finally, we have developed a programme of engagement and representation to offer platforms for a range of voices to celebrate achievements and bring people together, like new events such as our Inclusive Impact Awards, which was launched last autumn and was my first and joyous introductions to the York community. Over the next few days, some 5,000 students will celebrate with us here on this stage. As you take your next steps into your early careers or further study, I call upon you to remember and to treasure the things that you have embraced and embodied here in York. The University of York has a strong tradition of engendering curiosity through the power of its teaching, its research, and its wider public engagement. We want to support all of our students to have the confidence to question and challenge the status quo, but to do so respectful, solutions-orientated ways underpinned by an ethos of collaboration and positivity. We hope that the consideration, kindness, respect, and personal accountability that is the hallmark of our community will become your own personal kite mark. In the same way that you have all contributed to your student and local communities, I have every confidence that you will bring this keenly developed sense of social purpose and public good to your future lives and careers. Each of you has had a very different experience during your programs of study. Every student has unique hopes, skills, and unique anxieties, and all of you have transformed into unique and personal stories of achievement. Everyone has had a very different journey, but at York we believe passionately that it's a journey that you won't walk alone. I pay tribute to you. Your achievements that we're celebrating here today have been enriched by your ability to adapt, to show resilience, and to look outside of your support to others also. You are joining a global community of 160,000 York alumni. So you have a huge benchmark of people to help you, support you in your careers. You have studied during a time of unprecedented global and, we know in the UK, higher education sector disruption. I pay tribute to you. Your achievements that we're celebrating here today have been enriched by your ability to adapt, to show resilience, and to look outside of yourselves to support others too. But my predecessor, Professor Sir Malcolm Grant, was famous for remarking, "It is rare that anyone says, 'I wish the Chancellor had spoken for a little longer.'" So in the spirit of all I think that remains is for me to say a huge, huge thank you to you all, to Vice-Chancellor and President Professor Charlie Jeffrey and his leadership team, who have welcomed me into the York community so readily and so warmly, and to all the staff that work tirelessly behind the scenes to make the university a success. That it is you, and to you, our students, and your families and supporters for sharing your incredible day with us. As the saying goes, without you, we are nothing. Now more than ever, the world needs the brightest minds to come together to pool their knowledge, their compassion, and their problem-solving capabilities. Universities are beacons of hope because over centuries they have expanded the frontiers of knowledge, building on each generation's hard work and commitment in the pursuit of truth and justice through the enabling of education. Everyone here offers another layer of hope that we can work together to overcome challenges, prejudice, and of course injustice. I urge you to go out to the world with pride, with courage, and with integrity to question untruths and inequality at every single opportunity. I hereby declare this summer celebration open. Thank you.
Professor Helen Smith will present graduands on behalf of the Department of English and Related Literature. Chancellor, I'm going to beg a favour, which is that I have a few words that I want to say to the students that I plan to say at reception, but that I feel I can't do the ceremony without saying to them first. Would that be okay? All right, people, I am wearing mascara, let's not. Right. I don't know how many of you experienced this, or those of you who did, who remembers it, but when students attend our post-application visit days, when you hold your offers to come to York, but you've not yet got your degree, you've got your A-level results, and you've not yet decided what you're doing, I still like to say, congratulations. It is an odd thing to say on those days. It's an odd thing to say to a group of students-to-be who still have exams or coursework ahead of them, who've got all the ups and downs of their final assessments, their grades, their university places, leaving home, feeling lost, making new friends, finding their way around campus, dodging geese, all of those adventures still to come. But the reason I say congratulations then, and said it to many of you those years ago, is because those things, the grades, the excitement, the next destination, the new steps, are the result. They are not the achievement. The achievement is starting on a difficult path. The achievement is pushing through. The achievement is overcoming adversity, finding the things you love. It's being there for those around you. It's finding ways to let them be there for you. The achievement is doing the work. And all of you then, at that exceptional, uncertain time, had done the work, whatever form it took, whatever it needed to be at a moment of global crisis and extraordinary personal challenges.
and you have done the work now. So I don't want to speak today without acknowledging that nearly every student in English and on our combined degrees has at least some degree marks still to come. A large number of you have a lot of marks still to come. I do promise that they will come, that marking your work, your superb final essays, the dissertations into which you've poured so much thought, so much time, so much energy, will be our absolute priority right through until the moment that the very last piece of work is marked. But there is no world and no scenario in which any mark can sum up the things you have achieved in your time at university. There is no number I can think of that can distill what you have learned, how you have grown, how you have changed, or what beautiful, brilliant people you are. I know that the past years have been difficult. I know that for some of you, the challenges have felt insurmountable at times. One of the things about being head of department is that I see more than ever what a range of painful, demanding, difficult circumstances some of our students have to navigate along the way. I have always liked students. I was one myself. But after doing this job for 6 years, the respect I have, the admiration I have, the awe I feel for what you do and how you do it has grown year upon year upon year. You, as a cohort, the final cohort whose names I will have the honour to read aloud as you cross this stage, epitomise that. You are thoughtful, you are kind, you are smart, you are resilient, even if being resilient is hard sometimes. You have an amazing range of passions and interests and talents. You are sparky. You teach us, your tutors, ways of thinking, ideas and approaches that transform every time our own sense of what it is we do and why we do it. So I want every student here, not just the ones in English, to take a moment to think back to when you joined us at the University of York, a world then of online teaching, which has opened out once again to a moment when we can be here in a room together to celebrate the most important thing of all, which is you. I want you to think of the good moments. I want you to think of the friendships that have grown, the nights out that I and your parents do not need to know about, the moments of joy or of peace or of contentment on our beautiful campus, the moment of loving the work you were doing, the laughter in seminars, when you felt you'd pushed yourself and were truly proud of the work you had done. And so I want to say today, congratulations. You have done all that. You have earned all that. There is nothing and there is no one who can take it away. Your achievements are real, they are tangible to those around you, and they are glittering. To families and friends, I want to say thank you. For many of you, this has also been profoundly difficult. I have a daughter, she is 7. Thankfully, she's going to want to stay at home with me forever and won't be going to university. But if she did, I imagine it would be so hard to see her go. Such a source of pride and joy when she was happy, such a source of worry and sleepless nights when she was not. Your support and your love for these students makes all of this possible. So I know that there are feelings of all kinds in this room and on this occasion, but I also know that every person here is united in one thing. We all think that you are fantastic. So class of 2023, I wish you integrity. I wish you the resilience you need, but I also wish you might need a bit less of it over the years to come. I wish you connection, I wish you human contact, I wish you success. Above all, I wish you happiness. And so one last time today, I want to say congratulations. Congratulations, parents. Your kids are great. Congratulations to our PhDs and MAs. It has been one hell of a road, and you've done us and yourselves so proud. And congratulations to our graduates past, because you have all passed, present, because you absolutely deserve to be celebrated, and to our graduates yet to come. The most remarkable thing about all of you is the future. You, the class of 2023, are a truly amazing crowd. I cannot wait to see where this takes you, and I cannot wait to see what more there is to celebrate ahead. Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates who have pursued the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in English. For research in the sea, in medieval English and Icelandic romance, Rebecca Drake. For research in the early development of the Middle English lyric, Annabel Jukes. For research in late style in J.M. Coetzee's Jesus trilogy, Diana Madura. For research in anthropocentrism and non-humanity, 1575 to 1660, Angelique Vias-Brannock. For research in secret writing in Anglo-American spy fictions, Catherine Jane Edwards. For pursuing the degree of Master of Arts in Culture and Thought after 1945, Jarlath Nolan. For pursuing the degree of Master of Arts in English Literary Studies, Joe James. For pursuing the degree of Bachelor of Arts in English, Farah Nurul Amina Binti Abdurrahman. Lottie Armitage. Sophia Ash. Lily Ashby. Thomas Baldock. Sophie Banks. Caitlin Barry. Carly Bednar. Georgina Bennett. Claire Bottoms. Aileen Buzz. Megan Brewer. Lily Buchan. Anne Boy. Emma Burton. Pembe Canova. Isabel Cardy. Benjamin Carter. Phoebe Cartwright. Declan Tidgey. Lucy Chopi Davis. Lydia Clay. Sophie Connor. Rachel Cooper. Zoe Cross. Paige Crossley. Grace Coles. Jemima Darrell. Callum Drew. Isabel Duffy. Simon Edmonds. Claude Farr. Kieran Gardner. Sunny Garside. Dora Gowan Hopkins. Armando Gahiola Lape. Benjamin Gibbs. Amy Greener. Poppy Harrison. James Harwood. Amber Hawkins. Imogen Heald. Eliza Rose Heydrich. Reuben Hudson. Siki Honorary. Cameron Hooper. Isabel Hornsby. Caris Horsley. Amelia Hughes. Alexander Humble. Eva Hurst. Jennifer O'Hide. Thomas Isaacs. Melissa James. Hesadi Jayasakara. Molly Jesson. Mairead Jessup. Malika Kashyap. Dr. Kayanfar. Yasmin Khan. Olivia Larkin. Gemma Lavelle. Roberta Leach. Katie Leckie. Elizabeth Lee. Paige Leggett. Emma Lemon. Jessica Lemon. Friederike Lisa. Ruwei Lim. Isabel Lindsay. Alexander Lunn. Eleanor McDougall. Elizabeth Mackay. Arundhati Anil. Alexandra Manojlovic. Evie Mansfield. Charlotte Mara. Julie Mariotti. Alexander Martin. Lily Mason. Lloyd Matthias. Gabriela Mazurkovic. Darcy McBrinn. Ellie McWilliam. Amber Medway. Lavinia Micheletti. Cheyenne Miller. Hilary Moore. You made it. Nikita Morley-Sage. Loveday Mosley. Katie Norton.
Our student ensemble, Eonomy, will perform What a Wonderful World, arranged by Peter Hicks.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see the blue for me and you. I think to myself, what a wonderful
Chancellor, I have the honour to present for pursuing the degree of Bachelor of Arts in English, Ella Oakley. Millie O'Brien. Esther Okorocha. Sophia Panayi. Agrima Pareha. Natasha Parker. Alexander Parks. James Payne. Amber Perry Jordan. Camila Ponce Hernandez. Joshua Povell. Georgie Pullen. Rihanna Purnell. Jenny Dio Radley. Amani Rana. Sophie Rankin. Maya Riley. Emma Reynolds. Amelia Richards. Lauren Robinson. Josephine Rowlands. Rebecca Russell. Saba Sulam. Fred Self. Hannah Shakespeare. Chloe Sharp. Bethany Slattery. Emily Smith. Emily Smith. Jake Smith. Sophia Staub. Grace Stannard. Olivia Stapleton. Olivia Stevenson. James Stewart. JJ Stewart. Megan Stoker. Harry Strange. Scarlett Stubbings. Katie Sullivan. Jessie Toxic. Minnie Thomas. Emily Townsend. Ro Trimble. Sophie Tuck. Ellie Tucker. Reuben Vollum Holiday. Jess Walker. Catherine Walsh. Ella Ward. Evelina Watkins. Amelie Watson. Isabel Webb-Pratt. Hugo Wormig. Aisling West. Holly Westcott Graham. Emily Wildish. Jessica Wilkinson. Thomas Williams. Alexandra Wright. Aeneas Wider Pivaral. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in English with placement year, Paris Harland. For pursuing the degree of Bachelor of Arts in English and History, Rory Allen. Charlotte Asquith. Eleanor Beckett. Daisy Berry. Alfie Fairley. Amelia Foreman. Madeline Howard. Katie Leverett. Emma McGreevy. Natasha Miras. Libby Morley. Katie Preston. Adam Punter. Holly Raisbeck. Eleanor Sacker. James Sarl. Francis Schofield. Finn Sheard. Ben Tweltree. Jacob White. Hermione Watt. Kendra Williams. For pursuing the degree of Bachelor of Arts in English and History of Art, Freya Askew. Laura Connell. Bethany Ferguson. Matilda Mara. For pursuing the degree of Bachelor of Arts in English and History of Arts with placement year, Rachel Barnes. For pursuing the degree of Bachelor of Arts in English and Philosophy, Chiara Bassini. Thomasina Cass. Eleanor Creighton. Jessica Dixon. Thomas Freeman. Maisie Hill. Cordelia Hobbs. Adam Murphy. Martha Rizzo. Maria Turek.
Professor John Bowen will now present Honorary Graduand, Professor David Edgar.
Chancellor, it is with great pleasure that I present David Edgar to you as an honorary graduand. David Edgar is one of the great figures of British theatre and has been for almost 50 years. He's the author of more than 60 plays which have been produced by the Royal Shakespeare Company, the Royal National Theatre, on Broadway, and indeed all over the world. Now that makes David sound like an establishment figure, and in one way I suppose he is. Few contemporary writers have been more successful, influential, or acclaimed. But we should recognise what drives that achievement. To see a visionary campaigner for social justice, a tireless analyst of our political troubles, hopes, and possibilities, a pioneer of anti-racist struggle. Like Dickens' infant phenomenon, David Edgar was a child of theatrical parents. And despite his work as a journalist and academic, his many screenwriting credits for film and television, his work as a professor and teacher of playwriting, he is, at heart, a man of the theatre, the creator of innumerable nights of theatrical pleasure and thought for audiences around the world. He began young. If my counting's right, by the age of 31, he'd had 21 full-length plays and 17 short ones produced. And that was about the time that I first encountered David's work in my very first term at university. His play, Destiny, had recently been produced to great acclaim by the Royal Shakespeare Company. And probably like every student drama group in the country, I imagine, we were amazed and delighted to find a playwright whose work spoke so urgently and eloquently to those troubled times. Destiny was a play about the shocking success of the National Front, essentially a fascist party in Britain at that time, and its roots in our imperial and colonial history. It was the first of David's great sequence of plays for the RSC that include Maydays, Plays and Players, Best Play Award, Pentecost, Evening Standard, Play of the Year, The Prisoner's Dilemma, and Written on the Heart. In their many different places and times, they share an impassioned social commitment and remarkable theatrical dynamism, a theatre of ideas in action. Michael Billington, in The Guardian, compared his work to that of Honorary de Balzac, the great chronicler of 19th century society. Like Balzac, he wrote, "David Edgar seems to be a secretary for our times." And that affinity may be one reason why David is also one of the great stage adapters of such radically different works as Gitta Sereni's Albert Speer for the National Theatre, and The Jail Diary of Albie Sachs, and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde for the RSC, and supremely, the amazing, hilarious, and deeply moving 8-hour adaptation of Charles Dickens' Nicholas Nickleby, in 2 parts, a whole day at the theatre, 40 actors playing 127, I hope I counted right, different characters. It took London and Broadway by storm. It's a truly path-breaking work that transformed the whole genre of modern stage adaptation and radically extended the very possibilities of modern theatre experience. It also showed how truthful, funny, and relevant Dickens' work is today. David recently returned to Dickens and the RSC with a brilliant new adaptation of A Christmas Carol. Working with him made me realise just how thoroughly he researches his works. The emails would pop in, seemingly on a daily basis. What is the difference between a dry grinder and a wet grinder? What is a locomotive hearse, exactly? Seriousness, yes. Solemnity, never. There's a comic brio to all his work, a sparky subversiveness, a joy in the creative process from earliest inklings to triumphant first night. what marks David's writing, and indeed his character, is its moral and political integrity. Not for him the lurch to the right, the easy acceptance of the current pieties of the left, or the endless packings and adjustments to the comforts of the middle ground. Politics is more interesting, more troubling, and more hopeful than that. When our political culture can seem so debased and venal, political thinking so cliched and short-term, it's deeply heartening to learn how, as in Shakespeare's work, the drama of political action can show us a more truthful and affirmative path. Verbal dexterity, structuring intelligence, a generous anger. These are the hallmarks of David's writing. But there's also surprise, danger, and wit, the ability to turn a scene on a sixpence and give audiences moments that touch the heart and take your breath away. Chancellor, for his preeminent work as a dramatist and profoundly democratic and inclusive practice and vision, it is with great pleasure that I present to you David Edgar for the degree of Doctor of the University, Honoris Causa.
Through the power vested in me by the University of York, I have great pleasure in conferring upon you the degree of the degree of Doctor of the University Honoris Causa. Congratulations.
Chancellor and all of those whose achievements we're celebrating today. First of all, to thank the University of York for this great honour, my friend John Bowen for his wonderfully kind words. Praise from him about my work on Dickens is praise indeed. And Suzanne Thorne for so efficiently and patiently organising my and my wife's stay here in York. It's not the first. I've addressed and attended conferences at your beautiful university, and my last visit was to perform an autobiographical solo show in your splendid drama studio. Last month, the University of East Anglia, where the novelist Malcolm Bradbury founded the first creative writing MA in 1970, announced severe cuts in staffing and budgets. Probably due to an immediate and impressive media campaign, UEA novelist graduates McEwan, Chevalier, and Ishiguro hitting the airwaves big time, creative writing will largely be protected. But surprise, surprise, the axe will fall overwhelmingly on your subjects, on the arts and humanities, including English, literature, and language. Not again for the first time. In 2014, Education Secretary Nicky Morgan made her notorious claim that pupils who focus on arts and humanities risk restricting their future career prospects. Not true, as it happens. You're just as likely as science and technology graduates to get a job. Since 2010, the number of students taking arts GCSEs has fallen by a staggering 40%. On Monday, the Prime Minister announced that the government will force universities to limit the number of students taking allegedly low-quality courses, disproportionately hitting poorer students. And all this at a time when vocal commentators are pushing the idea that a so-called new elite of university graduates are seeking to impose their so-called luxury beliefs on climate change, gender equality, diversity, and so on a majority they hold in contempt. Echoing your opening words, Chancellor, I'm proud to be receiving a degree from a university whose core principles insist that freedom of inquiry and expression is dependent upon equality, diversity, and inclusion. Whatever your views may be, they are not luxury beliefs, and you have not studied luxury subjects. In their contribution to the great leaps forward in humanities understanding, the arts and humanities are almost always ahead of the game. As William Blake asserted, what is now proved was once only imagined. Talking of the power of the imagination, I like to cite 5-year-old Lucy in the painting class of the Bible Belt School in the southern United States, whose teacher asks her what she plans to paint today. "I'm going to paint God," announces Lucy. "But," says the nervous teacher, "no one knows what God looks like." Says Lucy, "They will now." Thank you, congratulations, and good luck.
Chancellor, I have the honour to present, for pursuing the degree of Bachelor of Arts in English and Politics, Octavia Rajal Akshay Patel. Q Cummins. Liz Huffman. Emily Horton. Emily Jebb. Harry Mackay. Nia Robson. Frederick Smith. Megan Thornbury.
Professor Monica Schmidt will present graduates on behalf of the Department of Language and Linguistic Science.
Chancellor, I will keep my speech for the reception because although I couldn't have agreed more forcefully with every word that Helen has said, and also with every word that was said by our honorary doctor, I could never have said it as beautifully and as movingly. And also I think the academic registrar would probably strangle me for further upsetting the finely calibrated timings that are necessary to get everybody across the stage today. So without further ado, Chancellor, I have the honor to present the following candidates who have pursued the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Linguistics, for research in laryngeal contrast and phonetic voicing in Arabic, Latifa Al-Kawais. For research in first steps in acquiring Persian morphology, Sarvanas Moradi. For research in laterality and babble, Florence Oxley. For research in Spanish speakers' vowel contrasts in English, Maria Gabriela Valenzuela Farias. For pursuing the degree of Master of Arts by Research in Linguistics, Madeleine Rose Collins. Levi Farrington. Constance Kang Sun. For research, for pursuing the Bachelor of Arts in English Language and Linguistics, Daisy Ambler. Elizabeth Ash. Elizabeth Bolton. Ethan Brown. Emily Brudenell. Samuele Bruzzese. Libby Bryant. Maddie Caress. Yanan Chen. Jessica Clady. Zoe Clark. Thomas Davison. Lucy Cox Dodgson. Hannah Easley. Sophie Evans. Holly Fleming. Harvey Glennon. Jessica? No, okay. You're crossed out on my list, I'm sorry. Kaylin Hughes. Jessica Humphrey. Maisie Keller. Vian Ho Chester Kwan. Sandy Lock Lee. Bronwyn Mullen. Ellen Rintoul. James Shooter. Aman Singh. Joseph Smith. Amber Sykes. Richard Townley. Rosie May Whitworth. Isaac Rafter. Rebecca Young. For pursuing the degree of Bachelor of Arts in English and Linguistics, Philippa Ellison. Emma Bardell. Archin Chelikesmer. Lydia Hooper. Amy Huntley. Megan Hercombe. Hannah Lahorta. Ellie McElroy. Marty Stelling. Tamara Olyart. Molly Watson. Lottie Dahlen. Pavitra Grace Rajapandian. For pursuing the degree of Bachelor of Arts of French and German Language, Sarah Leonard. For pursuing the degree of Bachelor of Arts of French and Italian Language, Herbert Alexander. For pursuing the degree of Bachelor of Arts of French and Italian Language with a year abroad, Anna Chalmers. Dulcie Robinson. pursuing the degree of Bachelor of Arts of French and Linguistics with a year abroad, Jessica Jones. Rosie McCracken. Ingrid Moore. Rebecca Wilson. For pursuing the degree of Bachelor of Arts of French and Philosophy, Oliver Burrows. For pursuing the degree of Bachelor of Arts of French and Philosophy with a year abroad, Abby Barnes. Charlotte Kitchen. Florence Smith. For pursuing the degree of Bachelor of Arts of French and Spanish Language, Rosie Bickerdijk. Erin Gonzalez. Also for the Bachelor of Arts in French and Spanish Language, but with a year abroad, Imogen Baldwin. Susanna Bingham. Alex Byram. Nicola Chmura. Harriet Kiernan. Joseph O'Grady. Maya Stead. And Archie Wilkinson. For pursuing the degree of Bachelor of Arts of German and Linguistics with a year abroad, Lucy Thickett. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts of German and Philosophy with a year abroad, Raphael Henry. And Naya Perks. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in German and Spanish Language with a year abroad, Leah Anthony. And for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Italian and Spanish Language with a year abroad, Georgina Railton. And Martha Walker. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Linguistics, Tallulah Buckley. Rhonda Flatman. Mia Gardner. Alan Lloyd. Jennifer McCallany. Vian Ng. Annie Socket. Terry Ann Walpole. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Linguistics with French, Sarah Coville. Charlotte Jones. Okay. Oopsie. Well done. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Linguistics with German, Harry Cook. Eleanor de Vries. And Anneke Visser. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Linguistics with Italian, Megan Bulmer. Emily Shepherdson. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts of Linguistics with Spanish, Ashley Grant. Sofia Santucciu. I'm sorry, I'm not sure where I am. Is it English? Are you Sophie Tuck? No. Are you Morgan Toft? For the degree in Bachelor of Arts, I'm really sorry, we had a bit of a mix-up with our lists earlier on, so I apologize. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Linguistics with Spanish, Morgan Toft. Emily Wainwright. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts of Philosophy and Linguistics, Isabel Aspinall. And Ben Jordan. For the degree of Spanish and Linguistics with a year abroad, Emily Burke. Alice Fletcher. Nathan Lowe. Laura Madison. Clara Soto. Kia Termosibayat. And Laura Wayman. I think I have to go and lie down in a darkened room now.
Mr. Ian Barr will present a special award on behalf of the Centre for Lifelong Learning.
I have the privilege of making the final award of this ceremony, which is the only one from Lifelong Learning today. This is an EAGRATAT degree, which is given in particular circumstances when a student at York is unable to complete their studies with us. Lara Munden was a student at Lifelong Learning on our postgraduate programme in creative writing. She was in our second year with us and almost at the end of her studies, but sadly, Lara passed away in March of this year. Lara was an outstanding student throughout her time with us, and her poetry was particularly applauded by those involved in reviewing her work. I asked Lara's main tutor, Andrew Parrott, for his observations of her work ahead of today, and this is what he said. Lara's writing is exceptional. Like all treasured work, it carries emotion, it stays with you, and it makes you feel as if you're in good company. While this qualification can and should acknowledge her outstanding achievements as a student, there is no accolade we can offer greater than the pieces she has brought into the world. With that thought in mind, we've selected one poem of Lara's, which I'll share with you now. It's called Missing. It must have dropped out of someone's pocket, the blue glove. Perhaps it fell from an overstuffed bag, or maybe it was hurled from a pram. Who knows where its twin is, fingers outstretched on tarmac. I'll hang it on the fence post and pass it every day until it's gone. On Lara's behalf, her family are here today to receive this award. So, Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidate for pursuing the degree of Postgraduate Diploma in Creative Writing, Lara Munden.
It is now my enormous pleasure to introduce Jennifer McAlumny. Sorry, I've said that. McAlumny, our student orator who will speak on behalf of the class of 2023. Our student orators have been invited to speak in recognition of their hard work on behalf of the student community and commitment to their studies. Our speakers have both pursued the most enriching experience they could during their time at York, as well as giving back to their community. On behalf of the class of 2023, I give you Jennifer McAlumny.
Hello to all my fellow graduates, to our family and friends, our staff from across the university, and to everyone watching online. My name is Jennifer, and I'd like to talk to you about the importance of having a supportive community at university. Like many of you, I started my time here during 2020, when we were still navigating life in lockdown and trying to adjust to life in university. It was during this time, becoming a fresher in 2020, that having a group of people who can support you and sharing your joys and successes became so evidently vital to having a fulfilling time at university. Once things began to open up, we were able to explore the many societies that are active here at the University of York. We're so fortunate here to have over 200 active societies that span a wide range of activities and interests. I'd like to mention two particular societies that have made my time at university so wonderful. Firstly, I'd like to mention the Pantomime Society. It was here I met some of my wonderful friends. The environment the society nurtured was so accepting, and everyone here helped me to come out of my shell and build my confidence. Inspired by my time with the Pantomime Society, I decided to run for the co-president of the Linguistic Society in the hope I could nurture the same environment there. Being able to give back to the student body by creating a safe environment for them was so rewarding, and I am incredibly grateful for that opportunity. I truly hope everyone has people in their life like I was so fortunate to have here. The communities I've been a part of during my time here have not only provided me with support and friendship, but have given me so many opportunities to grow as a person, which has made my time here so enriching. Without these communities of people, my time here would have looked very, very different. Though we are all moving on to various different ventures, I hope we'll all be able to remain a part of the University of York community, wherever life may take us. Class of 2023, we did it. We're here. I wish you every happiness and success in your futures. Thank you.
Thank you once again for joining us today, and congratulations to the class of 2023. Onwards and upwards. I now declare this congregation closed. Thank you.